to see is Unwelcome.
Oh my Lord! Now
That's a great
that
movie.
is a good time. That is the perfect balance of the real story with people that you care about.
It was a surprisingly really good movie.
So good. It's just phenomenal. And seeing the trailer at first. So this is, it's coming out of Ireland. It's about a couple, and they live in the city, and she's pregnant, and they discover it's just too dangerous. They need to move on. They get, magically, a house in the country is left to them by a now dead relative, and the woman who is like the friend of the aunt who left it to them, whatever, she's like, oh, you have to feed the red caps, and they're like you have to leave like a piece of liver in this like nook every night at this time, and if you don't, it'll be bad. And they're just sort of like, yeah, okay. And but in the trailer you see like little clips of
I actually did not watch a trailer because I
usually try not to, but
I don't think you knew we were going to watch it at the time. Yeah.
And I thought, like, I don't know. It's kind of like, is this going to be like? I do love elves, the Christmas.
Well, I saw different posters
movie
for it, and I think that it is a little hard movie to do posters for, because if they do the posters without the red caps, you don't really know what's going on. Then the ones with the red caps make it seem like it's kind of a really goofy leprechaun kind of thing.
And by leprechaun, you mean the leprechaun, not leprechauns.
Right.
It was that, to me, that was...
There is when you said balance is a good word, because the red caps are very cute and a little goofy.
They're
but
silly.
Not so much that it takes away. The movie really works.
Very violent.
Yeah.
And there's gore in that. There's some great gore scenes.
Yeah, and great. And this was a really great cast. Welcome. It's really dark at the beginning. It builds up you're like, what's going to happen here? The family that come to like paint the house and fix up the house.
Lieutenant O'Brien.
Yeah, he's great in it, because I'm going to say he hams it up, but I mean in a good way. Like, he's kind of, you can tell he's having fun with this role.
Yeah, he's great. And the kids, too.
His two
both kids. They are all a little
three
bit.
of them.
A
Yeah,
little
Hodor.
bit. Well, the two. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Hodor. How could I forget Hodor?
I know.
That is a surprise character. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Surprise character. I mean, night and day from Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. Well,
night
it's really
and day.
If it was just the red cap stuff, I would love it. But everything else really elevates it into like a really good movie. And a really strong female lead.
Yeah, she was very cool. It's an interesting ending.
Mm-hmm.
That
it's big twists in it.
Look at that dessert.
I didn't see it.
It looks so good.
So yeah, Unwelcome was great. It had a limited release theatrically, which we didn't get a chance to see in the theater. It would have been awesome, definitely. It played at AMC here, and but I believe it's not. I think starting last week, it's on Shudder. So when you're watching this, check it out on Shudder. So you don't have to keep pretending that Leprechaun's a good movie every St. Patrick's Day. You've got a new movie.
Yes.
If you like Leprechaun, I know Robin likes it.
It's not
I'll look over that.
But it is Faye from Ireland. Oh man, they're so fan. And they're like, I wrote my own little review-y thing, and this is like, if you're a child of the '80s, such as myself, and you love the fantasy stuff, like Dark Crystal and Willow.
It was almost like a demented Fraggle Rock vibe
like that, and Never-Ending Story, and there's these creatures, labyrinths, and there's these creatures in them that are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're just awesome.
They really go to the way to make each one their own individual, because sometimes when they do these things, they're just the same thing over and over. And then you lose a little bit. That's the problem with CG, when they do the CG monsters and they're all the same. Yeah. You're not that interested. That's why I think like the original Dawn of the Dead, people remember all the individual zombies, even if they're in it for like a few seconds.
Yeah.
Because there's an individuality to them.
Yes. And I have a little bit of feelings for these creatures.
Yeah, I did too, yeah. Yeah, and then the end gets really dark and twisted and weird. And
At first, I was like, I don't know, and then it was the thing that happens, which I'm sure you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
The, like, first thing where there's a character, and I'm like, I don't know about this character, and something didn't happen that I thought was going to happen. I'm really glad it didn't happen. If you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You'll know.
but like this, it's always fun when because doing this show, you get a lot of screeners and what names, but a lot of them are very run of the mill stuff. And when you really run across something very different and unique and cool, and a lot of imagination in it, both the movie, the script, and the creatures, everything, like it's really fun to watch and talk about and try to get people to check it out.
Oh, and the old man, they've got like that classic horror movie.
Oh yeah, I looked him up.
Weird dude.
I almost thought he was
like
just like maybe he wasn't anything else, but he's been in tons of stuff. So
oh yeah.
I thought maybe he was just some old guy they found, but he's great.
He was amazing. Yeah. So this little cottage he plays was kind of big. It's in like this really small town, and so you've got this stereotypical small country bar where, you know, it's everybody knows each other, and there's the stereotypical old drunk dude who starts talking with them and tries to advise them, and he's kind of crazy and says some really inappropriate things, and he's just a lovable that character. Like he's not like says doomed or anything.
No, but
like that.
he's like the
But he kind of
crazy
does
Ralph.
foretell.
Yeah.
He does foretell a little bit.
It's a classic, character from this old town, and it works.
So that for me is a 5. Like
I agree. I'm gonna say 5 heads, 5 headless people, 5 rolling heads, 5 decapitated heads.
Yes.
Because I don't think there's nothing really I dislike, and it worked on every level. The creatures are so fun, the story's good, characters are good, well acted. Yeah, it's just unique, original. I would watch it again. I think it would be a cool movie to watch every year for St. Patrick's Day.
So I loved it.
I loved it too.
Cocaine Bear, I don't even know. I can only give it a 1 for the gore.
I say go see it.
I loathed it. I hated it. I was just praying. I'm like, maybe he liked it because of the crowd. I kept like talking to myself.
I will say
in
the
my
crowd
mind.
did make it. If I would have rated after the crowd one, I probably would have went like 4.5. It was a really fun experience the first time I watched it with the packed crowd.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't want to take away anybody else's joy.
Oh, sure, I understand.